For a plant called dragon's breath, it's not very breathy. Morning. Morning, everybody. Chad, Doss Farms. Whew. Oh, hey, you probably see these little decorative nails that we stuck in the shutters, because, you know, we all need stuff that decorates more things. But anyway, no, truly, I bought those. I just thought they looked cool. We were gonna buy new shutters, and then we discovered we could just power wash these and add some decorative nails and they'd be all right. Hang on a minute. Hey. Hey. Excuse me. Excuse me. How did the donkeys get in here? Y'all aren't even supposed to be in here. Yeah, huh? Excuse me, pig. So I have a question. Who is knocking over the feed? Listen, I got a feeling that it wasn't just them, because they didn't push the gate open, because they can just go under the gate. If you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. This is the funny farm side of the farm. We have the lovely Miss Lily, her mama Lucy, who's packing heat, and Badonkadonk, who's gelded, so definitely no heat coming out of there, but you know what I mean? Izzy, and then Lenny and Squiggy and a chicken. But I got a question. I got a question though. Yesterday, my lovely neighbor brought us 30 bales of hay. Like the good stuff, like the real good stuff. Yeah, like been tested, hayed, sprayed, all that good stuff. Yep. So why do you feel the need to come in here and knock over the feed? Go on. I know. Psst. Go on. Come on. Yeah, the piggies need a little space. You guys are space invaders. There's a burning question that has been driving you guys nuts, that you've really been, I miss Lucy, that you've really been getting after us in the comments, and understandably so. Understandably so. Hi. You okay? What happened to all of the chickens? Yep. I know. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. She'll get closer because she wants more scratchings. Just have to move real slow. Move real slow. Lily, you want some loving? So they've got water in here, which I need to clean because Izzy took a bath in it yesterday. The pigs have a actual hog feeder over there. Hog waterer, excuse me. If I had snacks, Lily let me scratch her. Hi, buddy. If you remember, like a month and a half ago, we actually had a coyote come onto the property, and we free range our chickens, but they do have a coop with an automatic door. And that coyote came in at like 6:30 in the morning because the automatic door was set up to open at 6:30 in the morning. Well, once it opens, the chickens go out and play. The dogs don't normally come out of the garage until about 7 a.m. And Little Donk is our resident livestock guardian donkey. He was in here, but he doesn't really guard chickens. That's never been his thing. It needs to be something furry or something that oinks that he will protect, because the chickens can fly away. But I had to get a little bit removed from the situation after losing the chickens to a few coyotes. I think we lost 4, which left us with 4 plus 1 rooster. Or maybe it was 6 plus 1 rooster. We had an automatic door and a company, and it quit working, or it sporadically would work. And we had a company send us another door, which is the door on that. And I'm not gonna name names, but day 3 of that green door right there, it didn't shut at night. Just didn't close. And we came out and we were a lot more chickens. So I'm pretty sure the first time it was the raccoons. Can't wait for the kids to go back to school. Hey, doggo. What's you doing? What's you doing? Isabella. I believe that actually, if I'm doing the math right, that left us with 4 birds and Cowboy, our rooster. A couple days later, and this happens because we've all lost chickens. Everybody loses chickens. That's how it goes. But a couple days later, goodness. A couple days later, well, let me put it this way. When your chickens don't feel safe, they won't go somewhere. I am not saying they're the most intelligent animals, but once that coop was compromised, it was as if they didn't trust that door. And I'm not laying the blame at the foot of that company, but basically that coop has an automatic, or it has like a readout, like a digital readout, and it said door blocked. Well, it wasn't blocked, but it wouldn't close and it wouldn't open. It just went back and forth and it just didn't do its job. And when that happened and we lost those birds, I clearly believe, or I truly believe there was a raccoon in there, and then the chickens wouldn't go back in. And we couldn't get them to go back in for nothing. They were sleeping back in here. Cowboy was sleeping on my tractor. 3 or 4 of the other birds were sleeping across the gate. We would come out at night and we would put them up, or we would try and put them up. And sometimes they would run right back out. And we were shutting the door. We were blocking the door. I changed the time to 8:30 because by 8:30, I've been out here for probably an hour and a half, just feeding and checking on everybody. And of course, in case you didn't know, we had 18 baby chicks. They spent a month in the garage, and then they were out here in the barn. I say barn, it's pretty good size. I mean, it's gonna hold the donkeys and a couple of steers this winter. We're talking a 12 by 24 barn where the birds were, and they were blocked in. Now, a couple of them managed to get out and kind of explore a little bit, but as soon as you would walk in, they would run underneath the crack that they found. But that didn't last very long because they, 2-month-old birds start to get pretty big. In a matter of 2 days, I wish I could tell you what happened, but they were all gone. And remember, we moved our livestock guardian donkey. We brought in these 3 donkeys who don't really guard. Now, Lucy protects the heck out of her own, like her filly or foal or her baby, but she doesn't protect like a donkey does. It's just never been her role. Anyway, without getting too long-winded, let's get some cubes, run up to the Longhorns. We'll talk about the Longhorns and Glory's baby. And then, we'll chat a little bit more about the chickens. But that's where I'm at right now. Long story short, I'll stay tuned. Hang on. Goose. Let's see if we can sneak up here and drop some cubes safely. I know they're waiting on us because I can see them on camera. Well, I'll tell you what, Glory better give me no grief over being late today. It's time to share the baby, Glory. All the cubes are over there. Tipsy knows what's about to happen. I'm gonna block them. I'm gonna block them all in here and then take cubes up top. I think Tipsy and Nelly have figured it out. Yep, they know. Finn. Morning, buddy. Morning, buddy. What's he doing? My goodness, Glory. Share that baby. Yeah, that's Mama. He didn't want to be separated. All right, I poured some out over here. Poured some out over here, poured some out over there. Now we're gonna go up top, see if they'll follow us. Morning, young lady. Good morning. Cows are very intelligent. And I do believe Miss Tipsy, she's kind of figured out the old routine. I bet she'll be the first one up here. We on bet? So I've actually never fed back here. We're in the very, of what I call the top pasture. We're in the very northeast corner. That's a corner gate right over there. It's hard to do backwards. And all of this is what we want to be able to turn them out in, but we've got to clear the right-of-ways for the fencing. But yeah, they're trying to figure out where I am because they know I left. They're looking. They know those cubes are about to end and then they're gonna be looking. So anyway, let's spread some out here. I've planted some fescue out here, but with little to no rain, once they eat it, it don't come back up. You got to water that. Woo! Stinking love it back here, man. We are way off the road. If you couldn't tell, about 500 feet to be exact. And what's crazy is when we develop the rest of this, or fence it off, we don't have to develop it, but when we fence it off, we could literally be a quarter mile off the road. We just love it out here, man. We're off the beaten path just enough. They can't find me. Marco! Come on, cow! So I've actually got 2 bags of cubes. Just made a big circle. Easy. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. There's food on the ground right in front of you. How about this for a morning view? Sun coming through the trees. Glory not sharing her baby. So this is interesting. A lot of you guys know that Junebug is usually first, but she's also, once cubes are on the ground, always last. Uh-oh. Mom didn't tell you there were cubes, huh, buddy? Phineas. So yeah, it looks like they're digging through brush a little bit, and we do need to come back here and drag this, but they're perfectly fine. It's dry back here. That's what I was after. It's dry, it's poop free. That's what we wanted. It don't hurt them to take their time and eat some cubes and search around for them a little bit. What's up, brother? Miss Bell. Goodness glory. I mean, there's definitely a calf in there, but that really should be as big as a basketball, and it's just not. Now she has definitely, I don't know what you call it, dropped. Is hollow in the flank a term for cows? Is that like where the baby drops and they get this gap between their hip and their belly? Because I would definitely say she's hollow in the flank. We saw a mucusy substance probably a week ago, and if that was the mucus plug, we're still a week out. I mean, it's incredible. Now, I will say this. Yesterday, Ray and I saw Maximus here, our bull, sniffing around her. Now, obviously, she can't be bred. She is bred, and he's not the dad. But if that mucus plug has come out and she starts to smell like what a cow smells like when she's in heat, he will give her a little bit of attention and learn real quick that, yeah, sorry, door's blocked. Yeah, listen how quiet this is back here, buddy. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Let me show you guys. Wait, I don't go on that side of Fiona. Is this, that's a brand, right? Like, that's not a C-section scar. That's a brand, I believe. I don't know. I've actually lost the previous owner's information because I had to do something with my phone several months back. And when I get into the Texas Longhorn registration website, his number is not available. But I would assume a C-section scar would be much bigger. So yeah, there's cubes all along here. They're just finding them. But you guys, you gotta see this shot. I gotta show you. Just wanted to give you guys a different look this morning. I forget sometimes because I want to show you guys like the cows up close and personal. But yes, there is so much room out here, so much land. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. And it's not near as covered as you think. There's some large openings like this where the sun does shine, grass does grow. Is it 20 acres of pasture back in here? No. But they're not hurting. We've got a ton of hay. They get cubes. They honestly get so many cubes that I've got to be careful because their poop will start to get runny. Like, you want it runny-ish. You want it to be malleable, but you don't want it to hold its shape. Is that fair? You want it to plop. But yes, all of this land back here, because if you didn't know, my mom and dad came out and toured it with us, like before we bought the place and then just last week. And they were asking, like, you know, it's weird to see it like this. Like, we don't know what it looked like. And I was like, that's what it looked like. You couldn't see 10 feet into the woods. This is what it looked like. So I would love to turn them out in there. I truly would, and we will. If I could be choosy instead of having to be a little bit expedited. And I've learned in life it is way more, especially with things like this, to be a little bit choosy and think things through, which I've honestly learned from you guys. I've learned over the last 4.5 years. And this is awesome. We want this. I don't want to clear, honestly, another single tree out of this pasture because we get a ton of privacy from the road. They've got half a dozen places they can go where the grass grows. They've got places they can go where when it rains hard, they're under the tree. I'm in the thick of the trees. And then I think what I would like to do, I truly mean it, I'd love to turn them out in this. Let them eat whatever they want. Okay? Now, it's thick, but they'll do it. They'll trample down what they don't eat or can't eat. They know what's safe and what's not. They truly do. Animals are much smarter than us. And honestly, if they didn't know what to eat and what not to eat, these animals wouldn't be here. They would have died generations ago, is what I mean. Yeah, like right here, there's like 12 oak trees right there, just saplings. That big around, can't walk 2 feet through them. It gets even worse the further in you go because there used to be an old pond or something. It's definitely not just a creek, it's huge. And I would like to turn these animals out and then doze that and plant and have our own hay supply. I think that would be awesome. I'd love it if, like, the way that looks, this is 450 feet off the road. This is 1320 minus 450. That's a lot of feet. And I'd love to clear that. I think that would give us, like, as far as we can go that way anyway, I think that would give us like almost 20 acres of a hay field. And if you do it right, that's a lot of hay. So just let me know your thoughts down below. I'm just trying to be more efficient this time, trying to think things through versus just knocking every tree down. Princess. Oh man. What's up, buddy? We don't want to rush it. I'm excited, but I would like to see it sooner rather than later. But honestly, her bag though, it's just started to develop in the last couple days. Yeah, look at this view. There's actually cubes in front of Frank and June all the way down that hill. Where MJ's standing, they actually go down the hill and meet. It was like a big circle out here. So they'll be back here for a minute. They even left some cubes up here. Stankers. All right. And this, I finally found. That's filling up, right? Yep. I finally found a larger water trough that's shorter. And I wanted to see it. See, Tartar makes it, and I just couldn't find one in stock. Like, it's driving me nuts. But I found one. It's 8 feet across, 2 feet high, so the calves can drink out of it by the time they're off mom. I have decided, and it's worked because we've got calves alive. Calves don't really need water until they're about a month old. They get a lot from mom, and by the time they're a month old, especially Longhorns, they can drink water out of a 2-foot trough. Now, not if the trough's empty, but I keep that full, real full. I've also ordered my PEX line, and PEX can actually survive in the heat of the sun. And I'm gonna run PEX up here, or at least right here, and go ahead and get ourselves a spigot and set that up and get it going. And that PEX, even though I love this hose and it works, that PEX I can actually rig up to the bottom of this new tank. You can put one in right there, but the new tank, I can actually put one on it. And with our cameras, like I've been doing, I can actually see the level of the water and just fill it up from the house. It's awesome. So I just make sure that they've always got it. And it's delicious, man. We have a well, in case you didn't know, it's 150 feet deep. And thanks to one of you guys who you all know and have met, Rob Slayton, we have a pressure tank now that can keep up with the demands of a family of 5 and cows. Very blessed, very grateful, very fortunate. My next move is also to look into something, and sorry, I don't mean to make this a huge update video, but my next move is to look into something that will at least power half the house and the well pump. So if we ever lose power, we still have water, even in the coldest of the months. So like a whole home generator kind of thing. But we'll get it sorted slowly but surely. Just couldn't stand it. You got up and moved. He couldn't stand it. What's the matter, buddy? You like what I've done with the addition to the deck?
It looks lovely.
How's it look? I put in a watering system.
Yeah.
Whew, hey, you didn't tell me what I looked like. Goodness. It's been a few hours, and probably, I don't know if there's 38 boards across, 2 screws every 16 inches. Somebody do the math. Kyle Doss. I did tell everybody about Cowboy and the chickens. It was not my favorite thing to do.
We weren't not addressing it or like hiding it from you guys either. We're just trying to figure out where they went.
We don't know. I truly don't know what happened. I mean, it was obviously coyotes, raccoons, or a snake, or an owl, or a bobcat. We got a storm rolling in, so fingers crossed for more rain. Tomorrow, I'm going to work. Tomorrow's Sunday. The day you guys are seeing this is Saturday. I'm going to work on the deck addition, and that'll be on the Doss Outdoors channel. So I think you'll have to go watch that, but the septic is half under the deck where the pool is and half under where the deck addition will be, because somebody wasn't thinking when they put the septic in. So wasn't us, but anyway, huge shout out to our neighbor. Call him Mr. G. That'll work, won't it? Mm-hmm. Even though he's 4 years younger than me. Call him Mr. G. Call him the G. 30 bales of hay yesterday. The good stuff, right off of his land, right next door to us. So we're super excited about that. That's out of the first cut. We have 60 coming out of the second cut. Mm-hmm. So yes, it's pricey, but that's how it is until we put a pasture in the woods over here. It's just how it's going to be. And that's okay. We budgeted for it. We knew it was coming. One last thing though, and Ray's going to call me an old man. She actually sent me a TikTok or a Facebook the other day, a reel or something.
One day you're young and fun, and the next day you're 40 and looking at your bird feed saying, that's a tufted titmouse.
Tufted titmouse.
That's what it was.
We have a lot of those out here. Anyway, but no, there's been no birds on it. The only thing I've got on it is Cabela and Ray walking over to check on the animals. I can't get any birds to come to it, but they're all over. You can hear them right now. So I don't know. Guess it's not good seed or something. But yeah, put Oscar a little gate over here, and
just show him the sign.
I did. I'll put a picture right here. Appreciate you guys being with us. Appreciate all the support. Let me know what you think about dozing that back there and seeing if we can turn it into a hayfield. Let me know what you think about the deck. I'll link the latest Doss Outdoors video in the top comment, and we'll go from there. Oscar is chasing something under the deck in the leaves. Yep. So, all right. With that said, y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless. Deuces.